Hello students, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, that's Akifa's Commerce Classes. So in my previous videos I solved problems on calculation of new profit sharing ratio. So in today's session I am going to solve problems on calculation of sacrificing ratio. So let's start. Let's read the question. The question says that A and B are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio 5:3. They admit C for 1/4 share. Their new profit sharing ratio is 2:1:1. Calculate the sacrificing ratio. Okay. Now as we can see, we are having two ratios. One is 5:3 and one is 2:1:1. Okay. So always remember that this ratio that is given, it is the old ratio. Okay. And this ratio that has three numbers, that is the new ratio. Okay. Now the formula of sacrificing ratio is always old ratio minus new ratio. So what you do first is, first write the old ratio of A and B. Write the old ratio of A and B. It is 5:3. So A will be 5/8 and B will be 3/8. How did I get 8? 5 plus 3, 8. Okay. Similarly, you write for the new ratio. New ratio is 2:1:1. So 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4. Therefore, the ratio will be 2/4, 1/4 and 1/4. Okay. Now you write the formula. Sacrificing ratio is equals to old ratio minus new ratio. Let's calculate A's sacrifice. What is the first ratio that comes in the formula? Old ratio. What is the old ratio of A? 5/8. The sign in between is minus. So write minus. Next is new ratio of A. What is the new ratio of A? 2/4. Okay. Now as we have minus sign over here, what you do? You cross multiply. You see the arrows. Always multiply from this side. 5 4s are 20 minus 8 2s are 16. Divide by 4 into 8, 32. Okay, you will get 20 minus 16, 4/32. Similarly for B, old ratio of B is how much? 3/8 minus new ratio of B is 1/4. Again multiply from this side. 3 4s are 12 minus 8 1s are 8. Divide by 8 4s are 32. So 12 minus 8 will be 4/32. And hence the sacrificing ratio is 4:4. So then you have to see whether 4:4 comes in one table. It is quite evident that it is divisible by 4 itself. 4 1s are 4, 4 1s are 4. Therefore your answer is 1:1. Okay. Even for your exams, if you have an MCQs on these questions, always see whether the number is getting further deducted or no. Like for example, in the MCQ you may have the option of 1:1, but the answer that you have got after solving is 4:4. So you might get confused that the answer that you have got is not in the options that are mentioned. Therefore always see whether the answer that you have got is getting deducted or no. Okay. So this is the first problem on calculation of sacrificing ratio. Let's start with our second problem now. The question reads as A and B are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio 3:2. They admitted C for 1/5 share and their new profit sharing ratio is 12, 8 and 5. Calculate the sacrificing ratio of A and B. Okay. So now what is the first step? The first step is to write the old ratio of A and B. That is 3:2. It means 3/5, 2/5. Okay. Next is the new ratio. That is 12:8:5. So when you add 12 plus 8, it gives you 20. 20 plus 5 is 25. So similarly 12/25, 8/25 and 5/25. Now you write the formula of sacrificing ratio, that is old ratio minus new ratio. Calculate the A's sacrificing ratio. First is the old ratio. Old ratio of A is 3/5 minus new ratio of A is how much? 12/25. Again multiply from this side. 3 into 25 is 75 minus 12 into 5 is 60. Divide by 5 into 25 will give you 125. So 75 minus 60 will be 15/25. Similarly for B, you see the old ratio of B is 2/5 minus new ratio is 8/25. 2 into 25 will give you 50 minus 5 8s are 40 divided by 125. So 50 minus 40 will give you 10/125. Now the answer that you have got is 15:10. You have to see whether these two numbers come in one table or no. So if you see, you get 5 3s are 15 and 5 2s are 10. So these two numbers are getting cancelled by coming in one number. So that's how I got 3:2. 5 3s are 15, 5 2s are 10. It cannot come in 3's table because 3 5s are 15, but 10 does not come in 3's table. Okay. So these are the two sums that I solved on sacrificing ratio. So in my next video, I will be teaching you all how to solve combined problems on new ratio as well as sacrificing ratio. It means with one problem you have to find both the new ratio as well as the sacrificing ratio. So this sacrificing ratio is easier to calculate as compared to new profit sharing ratio, and it is the reason why I have solved only 2 problems on sacrificing ratio. So when I solve the combined problems, again you will get revision to the sacrificing ratio. So this was all for today's session. If there are any queries or any suggestions or any feedbacks, then please put it down in the comment section. Also, if there are any queries or something that you all need an explanation with, then please feel free to ask me. If you liked my today's video, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.